On this episode, on this Thanksgiving Day, we simply say thank you. Atlas All Access starts now.
From Kirkham at 0450.
All right.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Happy
I'm good.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
So I wanted to take this time. I normally write about this. I actually went back and I read my blog piece from last year this morning. I like to just reflect every year, like around Thanksgiving, for things I'm thankful for, the previous year, how things have gone or whatever. And I thought we could take this time then to talk about that a little bit.
Great.
What are we thankful for, from a personal standpoint, maybe from a recruiter standpoint, and then maybe from an Atlas standpoint?
Sure.
So I'll start. I think first and foremost, if we don't thank the nurses first, I think we're doing a disservice, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it all starts with the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously agencies can't be agencies without having the nurses out there working, and what they do every day is I mean, you can thank them for one, just being a part of Atlas,
right.
Thank them for showing up and doing a great job for the hospitals and the patients and the staff that obviously we work with. We can't be good and we can't be great without them first and foremost. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely echo that. And even from a patient care standpoint, like that's if it doesn't start right there, then none of this happens, right? Nothing happens for through any of this. So
yeah, nurses, I mean, they see the greatness of people and they see people at their worst.
Yeah.
And no matter how that care goes one way or the other, I mean, we're so emotional in the hospital setting on there. But man, if a family doesn't walk out and somewhat say thank you for what you do every day, good and bad situations, if they can't step away and say thank you for taking care of my family member, myself, or whoever that is, that's a tough thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So from all of us here at Atlas to every nurse out there, whether you work for us or not, thanks. It's without you, we don't know. I don't know what we would do.
Yeah,
right.
No doubt.
There's a lot of cliches out there or whatever. It's 100% true. So the second one on my list was hospitals. If it wasn't for all of our hospital contracts, we wouldn't be here as well.
Yeah, for sure. And that's direct contracts. That's MSPs that run hospital systems and those things as well.
But, I'll get to the MSPs. Trust me. That's
But man, the hospitals staying open and allowing for care and striving for new things and better medicine and those kind of things. I mean, they do so many more things than just patient care. So
I think as we get out and we visit hospitals, and I visited quite a few over the past 15 years of doing this, I think one of the things that you find in successful hospitals is when you walk through those doors, it feels like healing, and that's hard to achieve sometimes. I think. I mean, it starts with the nurse. It starts even before that, right? It's the receptionist, and then the people that from all the way up to the C-level people, right, to the hospital administrators and those people. If it feels like healing there, it's going to work. And that's not easy to do. That's not an easy thing to do.
Sure.
And it's not based on test scores, and it's not based on, surveys or whatever. Like that's not, you can get real caught up in that real easy.
Yep. And I think it goes back to exactly what you're saying is it's the people, it's the processes, it's those things. Those will make or break any organization.
Almost had a Marcus Lemonis right there.
I was trying to not go there, but
I love it.
I typically do. So
yeah, I dig it. All right. So then number 3, and some of you are going to be like, MSPs. Right? Yeah. MSPs, VMS, Health Trust, Medifis. I'm going to miss some, and I apologize. Health Trust, Medifis, Qualivis, Right Sourcing, ShiftWise, the associations, APS, NJHA, all of those associations, all of those MSPs, all of the VMSs out there that exist only to get those nurses into the hospitals, into the best possible, into the best possible contracts they can.
Yeah, and we've talked extensively about negative and positives with MSPs and everything, but it's the way the industry has gone, good, bad, or indifferent. And we talk all the time about strengthening those relationships of just trying to get better, working for them in their processes, and those people have a tough job, connecting with the hospitals,
right,
on there and doing what they do. So definitely thankful for the time that they spend, working with our candidates, working with ourselves in the hospitals.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I mean, you hear a lot of negative press about them sometimes, fair or otherwise, I don't know. But I can tell you from our standpoint, we have some amazing relationships with VMS, some MSPs, and I can't thank them all enough, right? I mean, everyone's like AMN, or whatever. AMN is possibly one of the best partners that we have.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt.
And so all of our vendor partners, no matter who you are or how you do it, thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Yeah.
So, and then finally, I personally, and I'm sure you will too, I want to thank everybody at Atlas, right?
Yeah.
We have a pretty amazing group here. Who am I kidding? We have a really amazing group here. And if it wasn't for the internal staff, again, everything falls apart.
It does, and no doubt. And there's more people every day in the office of that, are doing things behind the scenes that we just don't take the time to think enough. And it's not because we don't know them or we don't notice that they're here doing those things. It's just a different environment. But there's so many people beyond the recruiters and the client managers and everything. And I definitely don't want to leave anybody out. But they know who they are.
Right.
It doesn't get said enough. We can agree on that. But just super thankful. I can't do my job without a lot of people behind the scenes cheering me on and helping me out. So. Definitely thankful for everybody that's a part of this team.
At over 125 employees right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be very difficult to go through and name every person because you're absolutely right. There's a lot of behind the scenes people that don't get a whole lot of fanfare at all. Right, from compliance person to IT guy that keeps the network running.
Yep.
From accounting and finance to Jamie behind the camera to Dolan on the sound. There's so many people here that it'd be very, very difficult to go through everyone. But just to know that everything you do is 100% appreciated. It's all noticed. We notice it on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
Those emails at 6:00 at night on a Friday that someone stayed late to get that nurse started, so she got her first day instructions for Monday, so she can have a good weekend, and then the nurse has a good weekend, and thus the recruiter has a good weekend, right? So I mean any little thing like that does not go unnoticed. I promise. So. Adam, I want to thank you. I think, you've been around how long for?
Just a little over 4 years now.
Over 4 years now. So it seems like such a long time ago. Two offices ago. It seems like such a long time ago. But I think, you really do. You embody what Atlas is to your nurses. And I think that just goes beyond anything I could have ever expected from you.
Sure. Well, I appreciate that. And you said a couple different things, 125 employees. When I walked in the door, I think we were 25 maybe employees at that time. And it's just crazy of what you and Steve have allowed to let people grow and turn Atlas into what it is today. And without you guys, same thing back to you and Steve and the people that had the dream to do this. It's not easy. We see people do this every day. Right. A lot of people fail, a lot of people succeed. But I thank you for putting a platform out there for us to be successful as well.
Thank you. So wherever you are, whatever piece of the puzzle, wherever you belong in that, understand that there's a whole lot of thankfulness on this side of the table. to that side of the table. We wouldn't be here without every single one of those pieces, without every one of you doing what you do every day. And I know there's a whole lot of different people that watch this or whatever, and it was difficult to get everybody in. But understand that Atlas isn't here if you aren't one of those pieces of the puzzle. So thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving with your family. And then let's get some Christmas music going.
Yeah, that's right. So one weird thing that your family has on Thanksgiving.
Ooh, boy.
While you're thinking, we do egg noodles over mashed potatoes.
Oh, like to eat?
Yeah.
We're pretty dull with food. Like it doesn't... So this year, so here's it is. We do a thing called Fakesgiving.
Okay.
Fakesgiving, we have it 2 or 3 weeks before Thanksgiving because the family's so large and all the cousins and stuff have babies now and stuff. So they go do their own thing with other family members and stuff. So we schedule Fakesgiving 3-ish weeks before and pretend that it's Thanksgiving and then have a turkey and everything else. So
fantastic.
I'm knee deep in turkey soup and stuff right now already, and it is awesome. So
that's great.
Well, Adam, thank you so much.
For sure.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
You too.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you next week.